haven't been to Dublin in years.
I went last week.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
How was that?
Eh,
Did you get chased down by racists?
I did not, thank God.
That's good.
That's all we have to say.
Guys,
Hey,
welcome back.
Welcome
This
back.
is Minority Rules
with Chelsea.
and Manhal. If you didn't watch the last episode,
Chelsea.
raise your
Yeah.
if you didn't see,
Finger.
okay, well done. Nice.
I just wanted to,
You
let
better
everyone know.
You better keep that in. Okay, if you didn't see last episode,
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea and Manhal,
Yes.
Minority
we've made that
Rules.
Clear.
Just letting them know.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot to talk about today. Written down.
Mm-hmm.
So, stuff we saw online recently.
Stuff we saw online. Whoa.
Stuff we saw online recently. The first thing I have written is Elon's kid.
Very descriptive.
So, you saw.
I
Did you see?
I did not see. I
there's-
saw, but I didn't see.
No, see, I never make these things clear for myself, because I'm
Yeah.
like, what was the video about? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the White House,
Yeah.
the president's office, anyway, whatever. Trump sitting down at his desk, the main desk,
Mm-hmm.
and Elon's obviously standing by his side like a good wife.
So I thought you said like a good boy.
Like a good wife.
Like a
That's
good
what I
boy.
said, like a good wife. That's what I said. And then there's a boy. That's Elon's kid. Poor little guy. His name is like
Something.
XEAI, is something like that. Yeah. Anyways, and there's this video circulating online. Now, I didn't check if this is real or not,
Mm-hmm.
because I like to just be with the like, oh, is it not? I don't want to fact check.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh no, it was AI. Because I'm like, well, where's the fun in that? Like,
Yeah.
so the kid goes something like, he says like, oh, what does he even say? I haven't watched it. And what? It was like,
Doesn't he like insult Trump or something?
he does. He's like, you're bad. Oh, what does he say? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Let me check online real quick. Oh, he says, okay, yeah, because everyone's like, is it fact or fiction?
Yeah.
So he says like, shush your mouth.
Yes.
But there's a second line as well. What was that? I don't know. He says like two things. Like
Mhm.
I don't even know. But he says shush your mouth and all that. And then he's like picking his nose and rubbing on the desk and all that. And everyone's like, is this real or fake?
Mhm.
I swear to God. I listened to the clip. I didn't check if it's like,
Mhm.
credible or whatever. It sounds like he does.
Mhm.
Like it sounds exactly like the exact words
Mhm.
that people are saying. Let me play it for you real quick.
Okay.
Let me play it for you real quick.
Oh, someone doesn't have YouTube Premium.
Shit. Okay. That was the other thing. You need to go away. Do you hear it?
Yeah, I do. You know what? He's probably repeating things that he's heard Elon say.
I read a comment that was like, you hear, like, kids say what they hear.
Because
and all
like
that.
he's probably heard him say stuff like that about Trump. Because obviously they're not on good terms. Obviously
Aren't
not.
they?
You know, he's obviously using him because he needs him to be at the top.
My Instagram reels say otherwise.
Well, because you know how Elon can't actually be president.
Why can't he?
He's not American. He's South African.
Oh, that's right, he is.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is he then an immigrant?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
He's not.
Wait, I think we're skipping over something.
I don't think he's even like a proper citizen, is he?
He must be. He's like a billionaire. Surely he can just bribe his way.
I know
through.
he has like multiple citizenships. I
Hey,
know
this whole thing
South
about
African.
immigration then.
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
why people are like, literally, he's not even American. So like,
what is he going on about? And the same thing with who is that? JD Vance or something? Is that his name?
mm-hmm.
One of the main people around Trump, his wife.
yeah, his wife, yeah.
What are they doing?
Well, even Trump, his wife is Slovakian or something.
Oh my God, they're all immigrants.
Mhm.
What the hell? I wasn't even thinking
It's
about
just like
her.
if you're slightly darker, that's
Mm.
when it's like,
But she's brown. Vance's wife.
yeah, she is.
That's so crazy. Well, that's immigration for you.
No, but did you see that with the ICE? How like they're gonna implement a rule where they can like profile you and then take you to a center. Like they don't need to check anymore.
Like concentration camps?
Yeah, basically. Because you know how like they for years they've been keeping immigrants in those like camps, they take them away. And I think Trump wanted to pass like some kind of law to you can like basically racially
legally
profile.
do this?
Yeah, you can take them away.
Oh my god, racially profile.
Yeah, so like if you're like slightly darker, they have a right to like take you away. Even if you are a citizen.
What? How does that work though? So he's just getting rid of all immigrants.
Yeah.
How is America supposed to survive?
This sounds a bit familiar.
No, for real, because like how is America how are the states going to
Yeah, like even they deported so many people already, like an insane number. The number I can remember, but like it was such an insane number.
I heard they're doing this camp thing at the borders as well. So anyone that tries to go into the border, like across the border, they put them in there. Or anyone that's already in America, they take them to the border and put them in there. That's very dehumanizing.
And the thing is, it was matching up so well because I mentioned I started watching Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
And I'm on last few episodes. Jeez. And guess what they decided to do in the last season?
What? Spoil it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, they set up like an ICE like camp. And I was like, oh, this is really topical. I was watching this at the right time.
When did this air? This is old, is it?
Yeah, it's fairly old now.
Oh, okay.
Must have been before 2020, I'd say.
Oh, what is the last season? Like
it's season 7, but I'm actually not sure.
Oh my god. I didn't realize it was that old.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's sooner than that, but
yeah, anyway. Poopy America.
Poopy.
Yeah. Not a lot of good stuff going on.
No.
I was telling you earlier, I was driving with my mom the other day. And I was telling her we had to reverse in someone's driveway. I was telling her about how people get shot up fatally.
Fatally shot up.
They do not survive.
They do not survive, no.
And it's like it happens to white people as well. It's like in general, American, obviously more to black and brown people.
Yeah.
But in general, it's like America's so hostile.
Yeah. It's just they're just what do you call it, like violence hungry.
No, they really are. Like the Purge probably maybe.
Didn't Trump suggest the Purge at some point?
Did he?
Yeah. He was like, we should have a day, 24 hours where people were like, is he talking about the fucking Purge?
No, because he'd be the first to go. I'm not joking.
Yeah. No, everyone's going to line up outside the White House.
He'd get sniped 50 kilometers away. What was I going to say? Oh no, it's happening again. This is
No, it's happening again. Like, damn, I forgot.
No, you to let that go. That's my mama behind you. Oh yeah, you need to turn that down. Oh, you have real president written down. But that's a conspiracy theory. I have nothing to do with that. Do you want to talk about that?
Do you want to talk about that? You wrote it down.
You wrote it down.
No, I didn't.
You told me to write it down. As in Elon being the real president. I don't know how any of that works, by the way.
Well, it's more like Trump is the puppet. Elon is the mastermind kind of thing.
But like, no, I don't really believe that.
I think Trump has a lot to gain from Elon. So Elon can make him do a lot of things.
What does he have to gain from Elon?
Money. It's always about money. Because Elon has connection, he has ties, he has money, he has...
Actually, did you see that video recent? Not that recent, but it's like... I can't remember what it was about, but it was like all these billionaires in like one video. So it was like Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, all of them.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what that was about. I don't know why they were there. Can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But I do know that they're like all about Trump. All of them.
I think was it the inauguration?
Surely. Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, they were all there. That reminds me of the Gulf of Mexico.
Yes.
Gulf of America.
Didn't I saw a thing where the president of Mexico was saying she was going to sue Apple for changing it to Gulf of America?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Apple, though, was it? It was like Apple and Google. A third one as well. What was it? There were like 3 major things, and they changed it to Gulf of America. What is wrong with them? Genuinely, what is up there in the water?
Up there
in the water. And then there's Canada and China. They're like, no.
They're like, no, we're gonna stop exporting stuff to you.
Tariffs. He's making like an enemy. Not that he hadn't before, but he's making an enemy out of like the whole world.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from President Trump or President Elon, whatever you take your pick.
Take your pick.
To anglerfish.
Anglerfish, yes.
I saw there was a video online, and I showed you it. Because somehow you didn't see this.
Somehow
you didn't see this, but there was this. Oh, so sad. There was this little anglerfish, and it was swimming up to the sea, swimming up to the surface
of the ocean.
Yeah, and obviously, as someone who knows a little bit about the ocean, I must tell you, and someone who doesn't know about the ocean, I'll tell you. From me to you, let me tell you. So they are deep sea creatures. You know that?
Yes.
So they're not supposed to be anywhere near the surface. Also, actually, before I forget, let me just say this as well. I can't remember I think it's called an oarfish. OAR, oarfish. Yeah. And they're deep sea as well, I'm pretty sure. And when they swim to the surface, this is like a myth. Like it's not real. Or maybe it is. We don't know. But when it swims to the surface, there's like a natural disaster or like something terrible that happens like soon afterwards. And people like say this. People have been saying this for like so long. And I think it was like Japan where there was like an earthquake.
Yeah. Is it like the 2009 earthquake or
7-9? Something. It was like one of those. And then I think maybe Indonesia where it was like a flood, something like that. But like it was always with the oarfish, and they're like an oarfish popped up recently. So like yeah,
climate change.
But like people were just speculating with the oarfish and the anglerfish because it's like this is obviously just speculation. Like I'm not like for or against any of these ideas, but it's like maybe it was something that was like driving these fish away from the bottom. But it's like there would be more.
It could be like how tectonic plates shift, and that's how it like causes rumble. Maybe that's like waking them, or
waking them.
Maybe
are they asleep?
They're asleep at the bottom of the ocean. They're like, "Ooh, what was that movement?"
No, because all those reasons, right? I'm like, there would be more, but it was the one anglerfish. It was like one or two oarfish. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the one little anglerfish. I don't think like something drove it, or maybe like a bigger predator drove it like away, and then it lost. Because once it like reaches a certain level, because of like I don't know the gas inside them or something like that, it has to. Oh, there's a change in gas the higher up you go.
Yeah.
So its body needs to release it, but because of how fast it's going up, there's not enough time. So it's like not enough time to release it, or it's releasing too fast.
Pressure.
Yeah, that is all. So the gas releasing too fast or something like that, and then the air pressure, all that. So anyway, it can't go back down. It physically just can't swim back down. So then it has to keep swimming upwards, and then. That's where someone got a video of the anglerfish swimming up, and I just thought it was so sad the way people were making like stories about it. They were like, "Oh, it was swimming up to take because like it's going to die now." So people were like, "Oh, it's swimming up to see like the sun one last time." And it's like it's never seen the sun, at least in the deep sea. But like I just thought those stories were so cute, and like an anglerfish, it's so ugly, it's hideous,
one of the most ugly creatures.
But the artworks that I saw on TikTok were so cute, like. They're so adorable.
It's become your favorite fish?
No, definitely not my favorite fish, but I feel so bad for it. I'm like, that kid is never going back down.
Damn.
Yeah. And also, you were talking about like the size of the anglerfish.
They're quite small.
Tiny.
Yeah, I saw people talk about it on Twitter, actually. About, I never knew anglerfish were this small. It's like, wow. Because they look so scary and so terrifying, but they're tiny.
Because the video that I showed you of the actual anglerfish swimming upwards, that one was female because people were like, this is massive. Not massive, but like this is way bigger than the males are. So I never looked up the males, but like supposedly they're like teeny tiny tots. It's cute little things. Would you rather encounter an anglerfish in the like ocean, not swimming pool, an ocean, like you're down there, like the big thing?
Yeah. So if I'm encountering, does that mean I'm in the deep sea?
No, you encounter. It's about to die. So, would you rather encounter an anglerfish or a piranha?
Anglerfish, obviously. Piranha.
But piranha is like that's a myth. Like they don't actually go after human blood.
Well, no, but
I don't know. I feel like anglerfish are like way more scary looking. Like thing.
Scary looking, but are they as dangerous as piranha?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Especially if they're up in the the ocean, if they're gonna die anyway.
Where do piranhas live? Do you know?
No idea.
I've never looked at anything about them. Yeah, no, except for that one debunking video where they were like, some idiot went into they were testing us. They were like, let me drop my blood and go sit in this thing with piranhas, but they didn't get him. Idiot.
I just remember that opening scene in Wednesday, the Netflix show.
Yeah. They get a bad
rip.
Yeah, they get a bad rip. Yeah, that's pretty scary looking. Piranhas. What is that?
I feel like the fear of knowing it's a piranha would be, you know. What was that?
Don't know. It was this thing. Anyway.
Oh, yes. It's just water. You can't really... what does a piranha sound like?
And then anglerfish. Oh, that's disgusting. That would terrify me.
So, have you come to a conclusion?
No, I'm going for piranha. I'm so serious. 100%. Oh, that's disgusting.
That's so nasty.
That is disgusting. No wonder they're deep sea. They should not be
anywhere near.
No. But to be fair, there's hold on now. Predation, whatever. Freshwater species. Where do they live? South America. They live in South American rivers, floodplains, lakes, and reservoirs. Rivers? Lakes?
Well, you're not going swimming there.
I'm never going to South America. Just because of the anglerfish. Oh no, just because of piranhas. What's more vicious? I'm gonna look up. Let me just real quick.
You should start doing the typing lessons. Or typing math. Did you do that in primary school?
Anglerfish are found in deep ocean waters, while piranhas inhabit freshwater rivers and lakes in South America. Oh my god, please. Danger. Dangerous. It doesn't say. The lionfish is a fish more deadly than a piranha. How? Piranhas are more deadly than great white sharks.
Oh my god. And you're saying you'd rather be swimming with a piranha?
Was it a lionfish? Well, I'd rather swim with a shark than a hippo. Go on. What one would you pick?
A shark. I mean, they're less likely to attack you.
Yeah. What is that?
Don't put me anywhere near a shark, that's for sure.
I'd swim with sharks.
I wouldn't.
I would swim with sharks, but I would never swim with crocodiles.
Yeah, well, they're gonna get your ass.
They're gonna get your ass. I don't care how tame they are.
Yacht.
They're gonna get you. Level 10 yacht.
Level 10 yacht. So everyone says when I walk by.
Oh, that's a lionfish. Supposedly it's worse than a piranha. I don't believe it. Look at that creature.
I think that's enough about fish.
Yes. No more fish. After anglerfish, it's just yeah.
I think we should.
There's parent slang TikTok, actually.
Yes. Have anyone watching? Have you seen the
the parents reading a
slang?
It's always a list. You know, something I will say about those TikToks is it's not if they make the list, one of the children make the list and give it to the parent, and they've written out so they know what's coming.
Yeah.
I'm just I would rather it be random.
So
exactly. If I'm not expecting it.
But I think it is funnier when it's your parent though.
No, definitely the parent. But I feel someone else should make the list or
no. I mean even if you know what's coming, just knowing it's your own parent.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'd love to get my mom to do it or something.
She would not do it. She would not.
She won't do it on camera.
She'd be like, "You're not spitting on my floor."
She won't do it on camera. But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be on camera.
If I got her to just read it out,
I think my mom would do it.
You should do it.
Actually should do it.
You should do it with your sister.
Level 10 gap. Fine shite.
She was like, what was yeah.
No, what was the one that you couldn't stop talking about?
What's it? Batty shitty toilets.
Shitty batty toilet. Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet.
That's what she meant to say. Shitty batty toilet works better, I feel like. I like shitty batty toilet. Okay. And then one last thing. Well, this is... How long has it been since... 21 minutes of just...
Shitty batty toilet.
Shitty batty toilet. One last thing before we move on to topics. Proper topics, I mean. The E-Mart in town.
Yes. So basically, we live in Ireland, and
I was gonna say, do we talk about it? But like, there's not much to talk about.
The thing is, there's just not a lot in general for us to do. So when we saw that something new was opening up, it was like, oh yes, there's something, and it's like Korean snacks, and it's like, oh, cool and
also,
fun.
they like the way they advertised on TikTok as well. It was like, not like that.
Yeah, and then you go in, and it's
just a shop.
It's just another corner
You can't
shop.
call it E-Mart. That's not fair.
No. And especially because I had such high hopes because of that there's a store in London run by this girl on TikTok.
What's it called?
I don't remember what it's called, but like she does actual like Korean it's like an actual Korean convenience store.
I don't know.
Whenever I see her videos pop up, I'm like, oh my god. So when E-Mart was opening up, I was like, yes, like it's gonna be one of those. Well,
yeah, I say Dublin has a couple.
Probably.
Yeah. Dublin had that one market, didn't it?
Asia market.
Yeah, the Asian market. I haven't been to Dublin in years.
I went last week.
Oh yeah, you did. How was that? Did you get chased down by racists?
I did not, thank God.
That's good.
That's all we have to say.
No, because we've been on this topic for way too long. Like we haven't. That's the intro. That's the intro.
You know what? I found a few Reddit stories, and I want you to pick between them, and we'll see which one we'll read.
Are we blind ranking today?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Wait, so do you want to do the blind ranking first?
Whatever you want. Let's do TikTok. Let's do Reddit first.
Okay. So, the first story is, my mom said to my dad that she thinks she's going to have freedom when she turns 18.
Like my mom said to my dad...
She thinks she's going to have freedom when she turns 18.
Okay.
Okay. The next story. A cute guy asked me if I was pregnant.
Okay.
The next one is, am I the asshole if I'm upset that my husband mentioned getting a paternity test?
Oh, wait, do I only get to hear one of them?
Mm-hmm. Just one.
Okay, go through
Everyone's going to be really mad at you.
Go through them again.
Okay, first one. My mom said to my dad that she thinks she's going to have freedom when she turns 18.
Oh, she thinks she's going to have freedom when she turns 18. Oh, I really want to hear about that. Okay,
do you want to go with number one?
No. Okay. Next one.
A cute guy asked me if I was pregnant.
Actually, no, that one's fine. I don't even know.
Am I the asshole if I'm upset that my husband mentioned getting a paternity test?
Oh, I think I might want to go with the first one.
Yeah.
How long are like all day? All day.
Yo, why did it longer than I thought? Wait, it's fairly quick. I read through it. It's a good story.
Are they all like relatively the same length?
This one's slightly shorter.
I'd say go with the first one.
Yes, let's go with the first one. So
I kind of want to know what that.
Okay, this was posted to the 2 Hot Takes Reddit.
But Reddit's really bad for me. I never go, am I the hot asshole?
Because, I never do actually.
Because I get so heated. I get so angry. And to be fair, on Reddit, Twitter's another thing, but on Reddit, like, people are pretty sane.
Yeah. Well,
for the most part, like, the replies are, like, valid.
Yeah.
Even if it's constructive.
I think most of the time it's, like, bots now, though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
I thought it was, like, pretty controlled. Like, on Twitter, it's, like, everybody's a hater.
Yes.
Everyone wants you to die. I'm like, that really heats me up. But then on Reddit, even though it's, like, all the answers are valid, I get so heated. I'm like, why did you do this or that?
Oh, yeah.
I just don't want to hear about the asshole. I'm like, yes, you are the asshole.
So, this was, have you heard of 2 Hot Takes? It's another podcast. Mm-hmm. Yes. So this was posted to their subreddit.
Okay.
So here we go.
Go.
Buckle up, Reddit. This is going to be a long one.
Okay.
Context. I'm a 17-year-old dual enrollment student, senior in high school, and a freshman in college. I pretty much filled out all the forms to go and got everything set to go to college this year. Nobody helped me. I also bought my own car, phone, insurance, subscriptions, etc. I've had a job since I was 14, so I would say I work hard. I should also note that my family, my boyfriend, and I are super Christian. The actual story. I met my boyfriend, let's call him Lucas, and I have been dating for almost a year and a half. He and I started dating in November of 2023.
Okay.
He has always taken such care of me. One example is that when I had knee surgery last March, he spent the entire first week afterwards with me.
Mm-hmm.
He has been working towards an apartment and a stable job. He saves his money because we want to get married as soon as possible.
Okay.
Very Christian.
How old is she?
17.
Wait, hold on. Okay.
Yes.
How old is he?
It seems like it's about the same.
Where did I hear 21? Was it not college? No, she's preparing for college. Okay, sorry.
Well, sure, we are young and in love, but we don't care. We know that real love is a choice and is built on trust and communication. We also know that as Christians, we need to keep God the foundation and center of it all. In recent days, my dad has gotten super intense with our dating rules. I am about to turn 18 and I have been living on my own at college since August. And I am not allowed to hold his hand.
How would the parents know? Is she living
And it took a year for us to be able to go on a date on our own.
So when they were 18 then? Or did they start dating when they were 16? I'm so confused.
60, if she's 17 and they started dating a year ago.
Oh, they started. Okay, sorry.
Yes. So it took them a year for them to be able to go on a date on their own.
Okay.
We aren't allowed to be alone together. My father also forced Lucas to write a letter on Ephesians 5, the Bible chapter, which he never read.
So Lucas is Christian as well. Right, yes.
There was a blow up over this during Christmas break, where I now don't know if I'm allowed at Lucas's house anymore. I had a mental breakdown because I've been obedient to my father my whole life and I've gotten nothing in return. I told my mom that all I really want is to be a wife and a mom and that I never wanted to go to college.
Oh.
I just did it because my dad told me to, because he didn't believe that Lucas could fully provide for us.
Wait, hold on. 1 second. Back to a little bit ago, where she said she's not allowed at his house anymore. How was she allowed at his house before, but they weren't allowed to hold hands?
Who knows? But they weren't allowed to be alone together, so maybe it's like his parents were there.
Opie, I have questions.
Okay,
keep going.
We have a lot of questions. My father also told Lucas that if he sits down and shuts up, I might make some money talking about me continuing college. He seems to think that Lucas doesn't support me. I finally told my mom a few weeks ago that I'm moving back home because I'm fully confident that the next thing God has for me is to be a wife and a mother. I told her that I'd stay until either Lucas and I are ready to get married or I can move out myself. She seemed fully supportive. Fast forward a week or two, and it's Super Bowl weekend. It's super snowy where I am, and my college is 2 hours away. It started to snow and I mentioned that I should head out. My parents wanted me to stay and said I'd think about it. She went over to my father and said she thinks she has a choice.
Oh my gosh.
I told her I was leaving and she tried to get me to stay. Lucas then chimed in about how one of my headlights was out.
Lucas, don't chime in.
My parents then sent him out to get new ones, which he paid for himself. They didn't like this. I was really upset, so I went upstairs to remove myself from the situation so I cool off and recalibrate. Lucas said he heard my mom say to my dad, "It's funny that she thinks she'll have freedom when she turns 18.
That's a weird thing to say.
I should also mention that my mom has said that if I had stayed home for a senior year, I would have been a full-time babysitter.
What?
Since then, we have been trying even harder to initiate an escape plan for me because I can't live there forever.
Initiate an escape plan.
An escape plan. Well,
as an adult, just walk out.
Yeah,
it's like you will
she
be like
supports herself clearly.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say like no. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. If like especially if she's gonna like cut them off. Like if you're gonna cut them off anyway, you might as well like walk out. I would understand if like she just doesn't walk out because she doesn't want them to like cut her off and like not talk to her ever again and stuff like that. But if she doesn't want to talk to them ever again, it's like just walk out.
Yeah.
It's no mention of any physical tying down or anything.
Yeah. So unfortunately my car is on its last leg. Lucas and I are now looking for cars, but we can't tell my parents because they already don't like that he buys stuff to help take care of me. They certainly wouldn't be happy knowing he's trying to help me buy a car.
Why don't they just use his car?
They think that he can't support her, or like they're like, oh, he's not going to be able to support you. But he's doing a lot to show that he can.
Or like, I guess from the dad's point of view, is like, even if he can, he still wants like the girl, like his daughter, to be able to support herself.
Yes.
But it's like, that takes time.
And
like,
the
it
thing
doesn't
is,
just
like,
happen.
she has proven since she was 14 years old and she got a job.
Right. She's been working capable. The whole time. Oh my God.
She's really sensible, pragmatic. Like, she knows how to get the job done. This means that my mom needs to come pick me up for vacations. I called my mom tonight and tried to vent to her about how I don't like these rules my dad has for me, especially since I'm about to be a legal adult and I've already been living like an adult since going to college. I also cried to her about how what God wants for me is different from what dad has for me, and it breaks my heart that I have to choose between my God and the man I love most. She essentially told me that this is a good problem to have. She also said that I could talk to my dad about going to Lucas's house, but I said no because of the last time I tried that. To have softened hearts, and I should guard my heart. She also told me that I should basically avoid things that hurt, but I said that I want those because I treasure those moments. She tried to spit Bible verses at me. And I said,
that'll work. That'll
work. Obviously, she's going to be like, yeah.
The devil be gone. It's work.
You can't have a testimony if you've never had a test.
Whoa, spitting bars.
That was kind of bars.
I'm going to say that from now on.
I don't really know what to do. My roommate suggested I post on Reddit to get more broad perspective. Any advice is appreciated. What do I do?
Holy shit. That is so much to take in. Especially since it has like a religious like aspect to it as well. I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Like it gets more sensitive when it's religious.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay. So that was a long story and my memory isn't that good.
Yeah.
So let me just say a few things.
Yeah.
First of all, if she's religious, like this is not from the dad's point of view, because he wants her to work. If she's religious and she wants to be a housewife and she wants to stay home, and the mom wants the same thing, no? For her. Why is the mom like, she's not going to have independence and all that? Wait, can we talk about that first? What is up with that? What is her problem with her child being independent? I don't get it.
Because you think what parents want the most
is for their
children to be able to stand on their own.
Yes. And that doesn't mean, like, if you're a housewife, that doesn't mean you're, like, completely dependent. You're still an independent person. At the very least, the dependent person is no longer your like mom and dad. It's your husband or whoever. I really don't get like the point of view from the mom. She seems very hypocritical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the dad as well, hypocritical in a different sense, I suppose. But he's like, he wants her to work, but at the same time, he's not letting her do all these things. She's been working since she was 14. Does that not count as some kind of independence?
Yeah, and the thing is, we're a little bit older than 17, so I think I at least can understand where that's coming from in the sense that you'd want her to go to college.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. It's like, okay, like you're 17, just kind of do that because
that's what the dad is saying, isn't it?
Yes, because like you don't want to be in a position where you can't support yourself if something does go wrong.
Exactly. It's interesting that the dad is saying that and then the mom is saying I think it'd be the other way around.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
But like he wants her to do all this, but he's not letting her. Like also she doesn't want to like that as well. But like at the same time, he's almost not letting her leave the house, not this and that. Like I don't know.
And the thing is,
not to state the obvious, but they're not going about this the right way.
No,
not to state the obvious, but you know.
Yeah.
Like I can see both their points. I may not agree with them, but I can see kind of their viewpoints. They're just like doing this really badly. Really, really badly. Also, the girl needs some like talking to.
Yeah.
About that specific housewife thing. Because you can be a housewife later all you want.
Yeah.
But
just
like,
make sure you get a degree or something. Just to help you out, you know.
Because what did she say about love at the very start? Like,
love and communications get you through or
one true love or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. Because like communication can only get you so far if both of you are willing to communicate. You know, if one person isn't willing to communicate, it doesn't really.
Also, why is the boy also like? What's the boy's opinion? Like he wants her to be a housewife as well, or he just wants whatever she wants? What?
No clue. No idea.
Context clues. I need them.
There's an edit. Y'all, Y'all, I didn't make it clear enough that I never wanted to go to college. I just did it because my dad told me to. He convinced me that I needed college or Lucas, and I would never make it, which isn't true where I am. Also, the dorms aren't an escape because I go to college that's smaller than high school, so I'm away from my entire support system anyway and lonely. Edit again. I never said that I didn't have a job lined up. I know what career I want, and it's to become an expanded functions dental assistant, which in my state, and practically do the fillings for the dentist.
Wait, you don't need to go to college for that?
No, I think she's still going to college.
For
but
this
she has
job.
a job lined up.
Okay.
And that's being a dental assistant.
Can I just say the reason she has that job lined up is because she's going to college?
Exactly.
What are you going on about?
And I intended as a dental assistant for a while, which is why I'm choosing to pursue. It pays a livable wage and doesn't require college.
Okay.
Also, Lucas is 18 and has a protected state job working at a school as a cook.
What are the comments? I want to see the comments as well, actually.
Yes,
what are your opinions on that edit?
Look, I think if you're planning to be a housewife, you'd probably want your husband to be more than a cook at a school.
Probably.
I know the teachers don't get paid that much. I doubt a school cook is going to get paid that much either.
You never know, though, right? You just never know. Maybe.
You never know.
But what was I going to say? Yeah, that thing about having a job lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're complaining about college, but it's like you only have that because you're going to college.
Top comment is, don't jump into marriage just to escape your parents. College will give you more freedom and choice than being married ever will. Continue to date and continue to study. Then you'll be able to afford the things you and Lucas will need to build a future together. And I think that's
that really perfectly sums up everything.
Yeah, that perfectly sums up everything.
They're trolls.
This. Enjoy your youth and a college experience. Make new friends from different cultures and backgrounds. Have new experiences and leave your home bubble.
That's it. Like
that really is it.
That's it. Like, she cannot expect to like continue on with this life but just be in this economy. No, never.
And the thing is, this might not apply for her situation, but people who are under 18 and do need to, well, when you do get to 18 years old, you do have to remember that you are 18. You are an adult. If you're in a bad situation, you can get out if you need to.
And this doesn't seem like, I was going to say, like, sometimes it depends. Like, sometimes you just can't, even if you are physically able to. But this just seems like one of those times where she can. Yeah,
she's living dorm,
Yeah. And even if she wasn't, even if she didn't work and she had no money, if Lucas is so nice, just go with him, stay with him for a bit until you get a job or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Damn.
It's kind of like you have to be someone who takes what they want. Because if you keep kind of abiding by your parents' rules, you're going to be abiding by your parents' rules for the rest of your life.
That's true. But those parents aren't normal. Like, they're selfish.
They seem very...
They're selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell?
Like,
that's not on. I do not agree with it.
I'm wagging my finger at you. That's not on.
That's not on. Nice Reddit story. I like that. I'm glad I didn't go for the am I the asshole one. I'd be like, asshole. I feel like I'd get my opinions like too. And then
below.
Yeah. Because I feel like I have very like, what's it called? Like, I am opinionated, but I feel like mine are always so extreme. Like, I can never just like be like in the middle.
Die.
I'm like, it really wasn't that bad. And it's like someone got
chill.
Yeah. Okay. Reddit story over. I like that one. You can cross that one out of your list. Blind ranking.
Yes.
Something you wanted to do.
Yes. I decided I would have Manuel over here do blind ranking. And the topic is YouTuber cancellations, which is always a fun topic. I feel like everyone loves talking about this.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is rank them. I have 5 YouTubers and things he got cancelled for.
Yeah.
1 is going to be the worst, absolute worst, should go to hell.
Yep.
Horrible. And 5 being not as bad.
Okay.
Okay, so number 1 is James Charles, accused of inappropriate messaging with minors.
Okay. James Charles, minors. Let me write these down because I really don't have a good memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can take them down here.
Oh, okay. I'll just write. Okay, number 2.
No, you need to blind rank them.
Oh, I need to blind rank.
Blind
rank. Oh shit! I'm gonna go number 2. I think that's pretty bad. Oh, but you're gonna put Shane Dawson in there, aren't you? I'm gonna put Shane Dawson in there. I'm gonna put number 3. I'm gonna go number 3. James Charles. Go.
Shane Dawson. I think his cat and blackface.
What was it?
I think his cat.
Yes.
And blackface.
I'm gonna go number 2.
Okay.
Because there's... Oh, no, that might be number 1. Because I was thinking of the Logan Paul. Is that next?
Who knows?
I'm gonna... A dead body. You know, that actually wasn't that bad. No, I have a few things to say about that. And, like, I might be wrong. But you never know. Wait,
never know what
happens. Let me explain. I'm gonna say Shane Dawson's the first. Like, really bad. I'm gonna say he's number 1.
Okay.
Should I say number 2?
Is that your final answer?
No, I'm saying number 1.
Okay. David Dobrik, causing his friend to injure his eye permanently.
Oh, what happened there?
Do you not see that? So basically...
I heard about it. I actually don't know anything about it.
They had like a crane over water and he got his friend, I've forgotten his name, the barber guy. He tied him to the crane and started swinging it around.
Oh my god. And a video? Is this like on camera?
This is on camera. I think they ended up uploading and everything. But yeah. So he ended up hitting his like head like on the side of the crane because it was spinning too fast. And
head, not leg. I thought you said leg.
No, head. Oh. That's why he permanently injured his eye. Like he had to get so many eye surgeries after that. Like it was... That's bad. Like his eye is permanently injured.
1 though, right? It's better than 2.
Better than 2.
I don't know. Okay, so what? David Dobrik permanently injuring his friend in the eye or in the head?
In the eye.
You know, I'm gonna say number 4.
Okay.
David Dobrik. I'm gonna say number 4.
Okay. Tana Mongeau, Tana Khan.
What happened there?
Basically, Tana Khan was, you know, like VidCon and Playlist Live and all that. So she decided she would have her own, where a bunch of fans came, but the venue was like overbooked. There were like way too many people there.
Was that Stampede?
Not Stampede, but like it was like really, really hot. So people were outside waiting in the sun. So they had like heat strokes. They didn't give people water. They had no food there at the venue. Like it was...
Where was this?
A disaster. In LA somewhere. LA, California somewhere.
I'm scared for the last one though. So I'm like, this could be number 2 or number 5. They're very different. Crap, I don't know. I'm gonna have to say number 5.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me think. I'm trying to think of all the scandals. I swear to God, if the last one's like the Tati Westbrook, Tati? Is that her name? Why does that sound weird? The Tati and James scandal. That is not number 2. It better be Logan Paul. Okay, I'm gonna go number 5.
Okay.
Tana Mongeau. Okay. Number 5.
Logan Paul, Suicide Forest.
I'm gonna put that number 2. That was pretty bad. I'm gonna put that number 2. And actually, I like my list.
So what was your list from 1 to 5?
Okay, number 1, the worst one is the Shane Dawson one.
Okay. Then you get the...
Do you want to do a recap real quick for people who don't know?
So Shane Dawson on...
No, actually, you know what? They can look it up themselves. Let's not do a recap. You know, I don't want to hear it. I changed my mind so fast. Never mind. Number 1, Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
Number 2, Logan Paul.
Okay.
Number 3, who is that? James Charles. Number 4, David Dobrik. Number 5, Tana Mongeau. Now, should I explain? Tana Mongeau, I don't really care about.
Yeah.
It's about the disaster, right? Yeah. Like all these is about like the consequences and the result. So that's pretty bad. I feel terrible. But there's worse things. David Dobrik. That's horrible. At least it was to one guy though. You know? James.
That guy's there with his eye. Like, no.
It says JC and it's because of Jesus Christ. James Charles.
That's not the same person, I'll tell you that.
James Charles, minors. That's why I was like, this has to be high on the list. That man needs to be put on a watch.
And somehow people are still posting videos about him, like, yay!
It's weird, but like, so is it's the same with Shane Dawson, isn't it? Like, it's weird. Second one, Logan Paul. Thing with that is, like, that was pretty bad. But I actually can't remember why that was like so blown out of proportion. The way it seemed like it was, because, well, I think it was because like it was Logan Paul, and he just had a lot of haters.
I mean, it was a dead body, so
that's true. Deserved, but like that was like massive. That's true. But what I wanted to say about that one is, actually, what's really funny about that is like isn't the forest called like the forest of like hanging?
Yeah,
the suicide forest or something. Yeah. And he went in there and he saw it and he's like,
who would have guessed?
All I wanted to say about his reaction though was like people were like, what is he, a sociopath or like psychopath? Like, how's he reacting like that? All I'll say is like that's some people's natural reaction.
Well, he did admit to being a sociopath.
Okay, then
there's a song about him by Olivia O'Brien called "Sociopath."
Really? Never heard it. Maybe I need to hear that after. But no, what I wanted to say about that was like if I came across a dead body, I feel like I can't remember if you ever laughed or not. But
I never saw the video actually.
I saw the video when it first came out, but I remember not.
You were like, I gotta see this.
I had to see it before I got taken down. But I do remember, like, I think some while later, I was like looking back at it, and like I was like, I might react the same way to a dead body, like out there. Like some people's natural reaction is just like to laugh, like because that's like their nerves. Some people's natural reaction is like freeze, and then some people are like, what you would expect, like in a movie or something. They'd be like, okay, we need to call, I don't know, 111 or whatever it is, 911.
Yeah.
Whatever. So when I saw that, I was like, he might generally be a psychopath, and he might be like feeling fine, and he just wants to like get the views and stuff. But I just want people to keep in mind, like, that could be someone's natural reaction.
That could be me because I'm a sociopath.
That could be me. No, but he's a sociopath. Apparently, gotta listen to Olivia O'Brien. Okay, so that was Logan Paul. Keep in mind, I hate both of them.
Yeah,
Jake is something else.
They're both something else.
I'm gonna look down at that man when he's in hell.
It's every day, bro.
With the Disney Channel, bro.
5 million YouTube insistence.
No, we're not doing that.
Never done before.
And the first one is Shane Dawson, for obvious reasons.
Well, it's obvious to you.
You can go look that up. We're not doing that here. I will admit, when he did those conspiracy theory videos,
you were eating it up.
I was eating that.
I was eating it up.
I was eating it up because I was like, it's so stupid. But it's like, even at the time, I'm pretty sure, like, not to brag, but I knew it was stupid at the time. It was like,
not to brag,
because people were like, "Oh, he's so right. This is such a conspiracy and all that." So like, they were like, I don't even know, exploring something in a haunted house, and something falls over, and they're like, "What was that?"
You know what? I always remember the Chuck E. Cheese one.
I don't remember any of them.
It was like a pizza. You know how like the pizza slices always come like different shapes.
Oh,
like it comes like kind of off.
Yes.
So like, yeah, they like take people's old pizza and like they use it to form a new one.
It was like he was onto something with like the content, but that's just what it was. It was just content. Like it was, but like it was that time in YouTube where like we watched that kind of stuff. You know, it was very much like there was a genre, I suppose. That was the same time as like Team 10, no? At like Maverick and them fighting, and
I think so, yeah.
That was before Sidemen. Sidemen like blew up anyway. Yeah. Speaking of Sidemen, have you seen their Among Us videos?
No,
they
I never
pop
watched Sidemen.
Off. They always get millions of views, like for real. I used to be really into them at the start, and now it's gotten like kind of boring or repetitive. But I don't know. They add new roles, to be fair. Like they're always doing stuff with it and all that. But I think it's like their best like performing thing. The Among Us videos. I wonder how much money they make from that.
Oh, I'd love to see their checks.
I need to hop on Among Us, honestly. We need to hop on Among Us.
You know, I've never played Among Us.
Really?
Never played Among Us.
How?
I don't know. Like, it was such a huge trend, but for some reason...
I'm pretty sure I have, like, people added on Instagram that I've never met, never talked to, just because we played Among Us together. And we chat in the thing and be like, "Ooh, it was so much fun playing with you. Let's do it again. Let's add on this or that so we can play together." And then we did. It was such a good time. That was, like peak 2020... Wait, when was it?
2020.
Was it?
It was around COVID.
It was definitely like Among Us or lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, peak 2020, 2021. Good times. That's when we met. 2021.
You know what happened to Corpse husband?
Who?
Corpse.
Oh, yes.
I haven't heard anything about him in so long.
Was his face ever revealed?
I think people tried to leak it, but I'm not sure it was confirmed.
I know people loved his voice.
Mm-hmm. Really deep.
People like that. People like that whole. They were like famous from Among Us as well. And all that.
Yeah, exactly.
They had that whole gang, the whole group like Saikuno.
Yeah, Lily Pichu.
Yeah.
No.
Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon wasn't. I think so. I saw her. But yeah. Great times. So that was our blind ranking. Should we do this every episode? That was kind of fun.
Yeah, I think
maybe I'll do one for you next.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Should I leave this here? Shane Dawson, Logan Paul, Jesus Christ, David Dobrik, Tana Mocho.
Still sticking with Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I see JC and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus. And
then when it's JFC, then it's like
JFC.
JFC. So Jesus Christ, it's John F. Kennedy. I'm just kidding.
I'm using the F word in this.
I know. There's like weird vibes going on right now. Weird. And I'm just like ready to graduate.
Yeah. I'm ready to graduate, but then at the same time, like, I have to find a job. Oh no.
I know.
Thinking about the future is so,
especially as designers.
Yeah.
What do we do?
What do we do?
We have to just hope for an internship. But then, they know, like, it's not like, oh, we can get an internship and then somehow make it into the company. Like, they're very aware that this is what people do.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you know, what else can we do? But, like, they know.
No, I was hoping, like, for some reason, you blow up online, people start reaching out to you for jobs.
This podcast is going to go mild.
Guys, make sure to share.
Subscribe,
share everything.
Have you seen that thing where when someone says subscribe on a YouTube video, the subscribe button, if you haven't subscribed yet, it like thing, whatever. Whenever someone does that, I unsubscribe just to see it twinkle. I love that animation so much. It's so random. I love it. I don't know why. I think it happens with the like button maybe as well.
So you're saying like they're all doing themselves a disservice because you're unsubscribing from all.
No, guys, don't unsubscribe. And if you're not subscribed, why? You're not welcome here anymore.
If you don't subscribe, we're going to put a curse on you.
Bad juju. Bad juju. Okay. Oh my god.
Back bad juju.
Wee cat. Have you seen that?
Wee cat?
Yeah. You haven't seen wee cat?
What's wee cat?
Never mind.
Whatever. You're gonna have to explain now. We can't just bring up wee cat.
I'm gonna have all these for you. I'm gonna have all these for you next time.
Okay.
Because you need to have these seen. I can't, like, you're on TikTok 24/7.
Yes.
Have you not seen wee cat? Little cat going wee. Oh wee. How?
See, you're on a very different side of TikTok than I am.
My TikTok's a lot more normal now. You can agree with this though. You can agree.
Can I?
Do you remember my TikTok before?
Yes.
I showed you that pig singing this morning.
John Pork.
Yeah. John. I love that. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Anyway. Okay, I'm losing it. Okay, guys. I think this is at that time of the podcast.
You know, we're sitting in a room where the outside is really, really dark, and it's making me think that it's like midnight.
But it's 3:45.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
No, I think we actually need to turn on that light because I feel like I'm going to fall asleep.
Yeah, and this is the midterm as well.
Yeah.
We haven't done any work. No.
Damn, I forgot. Hold on. Have you seen the podcast Emergency Intercom with Drew and Enya?
Say that all again?
Emergency Intercom.
Mm-mm.
It's with these two people called Drew and Enya.
Okay.
And they absolutely love saying, damn, I forgot.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
They're funny.
I watch podcasts just to like take in, not even for entertainment,
to
take in what to do for our podcast, honestly.
You do research.
I'm doing research, market research. But yeah. Okay. No more topics, please. I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. How did we do our outro again? What was it?
Minorities out.
No.
Go back to your country.
That was a joke. We're not doing that. And this means Chelsea and Manahal, go back to your country. We're not doing that.
This means Chelsea and Manahal. Minorities out.
Minorities out.
Minorities go home.
There could be something done with that, but not minorities out. This is something different. But yeah, can't remember what we did last time.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Well, this has been Chelsea.
See you next time.
And
bye.
No.
It just freezes there.
And then the cute little music. Okay, well, that's it for today. We talked about everything we wanted to talk about. This has been Chelsea.
Manahal.
And Minorities out.
Minorities out. Bye.
We make our own music.
Beep.
How does a dolphin go? I was gonna make a dolphin noise and I stopped myself. That's why I stopped myself. I was like, I'm not about to bat like a sheep. Dolphin noises are so difficult because it's like, if we try to do it, it sounds like a sheep.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do it?
What the fuck?
I'm done. No.